All right, come on, Toucan. He coming. Yeah, I see you got that good 76ers gear on. Listen,
Gotta rep the city.
my husband was at the game. Like, listen, the game was fire last night.
The Memphis game?
Woo!
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I went to the Lakers game the other day.
Smooth. 550, nigga. SBE in the building. Stack bread every day. You already know how it's going
Bill,
down, man.
this is important.
Look, all I know is trap. I don't feel like rapping. Lost the package in the mail, man. I gotta get back. Back on the mission, gotta get to the bag. It's about what you got now, fuck what you had. Know some things, there's some things that I can't mention. No food on the plate, we was cooking in the kitchen. Know some things, there's some things that I can't mention. Can teach you a thing or two, nigga, pay attention. All I know is trap. I don't feel like rapping. Lost the package in the mail, man. I gotta get back. Back on the mission, gotta get to the bag. It's about what you got now, fuck what you had. Know some things, there's some things that I can't mention. No food on the plate, we was cooking in the kitchen. Know some things, there's some things that I can't mention. I can teach you a thing or two, nigga, pay attention. Everybody got problems, I don't get no fucks. Had to get it on my own, I ain't had good luck. Stacking bread every day, smooth running it up. In the hood, but I can leave broke, nigga, you stuck. No time to catch feelings, I'm chasing a million. Take a few losses and make you move cautious. Steak 48 to the table with some bosses. You ain't really living that shit, don't talk. I ain't really feeling it, I'm bringing back the real again. Foreign car, I'm whipping it, a bad bitch, I'm hitting it. SB the team, I ain't never switching. This how you shoot before you come around here switching. Place your order, get a 2-piece to your biscuit. Dispensary weed, you know I smoke different. The way I'm getting to the bag now is so different. Pocket stuffing like turkey on Thanksgiving. Put respect on my name when it gets mentioned. Designer head to toe, smooth, stay dripping. Fuck your bitch, shoot my shot, I ain't never missing. Smoke a loud head in the cloud, reminiscing. Behind you as the bar action, I gave you that. Now you missing the action when it's time to pay me back. Won't do nothing, the family, you're fucking crazy. Know a lot about crack, cause I'm a 80s baby. Watch how I pull up in new Mercedes, baby. I ain't trying to fuck, give me head, so I'm lazy. I give you a job, Friday, how to pay me. Remember who put you on, don't ever try to play me. Like my diamonds cold, it'll make your bones shiver. I ain't put his word together, but he no spitter. I'm a motherfucking trapper, I'm a dope dealer. I've been locked behind cages with gorillas. Put your money on me, then I got to deliver. Big chip on my shoulder, I got something to prove. It's all about the get back, so how you gonna lose? When you on the road, you gotta play through the booze. One slip up, I cost you your bishop. So I keep my heat up for future hiccups. I'm in the pickup, disperse and work money pickups. I'm in a ram truck, but a nigga built for a tough gate. This one right here, rolling to the sky.
Bill, this is important.
Stack bread every day, nigga. I was in Miami on the yacht with my niggas. Celebrating life, we come from rags to riches. Had to eat on paper plates, cause we ain't had dishes. Now I hold my rosy to the sky, see it glistening. I was in Miami on the yacht full of bitches. Celebrating life, we come from rags to riches. Had to eat on paper plates, cause we ain't had dishes. Now I hold my rollie to the sky, see it glistening. I'ma keep it real, I'll spit the fact. Pistol on me, I'll pull it, I ain't trying to scrap. I'ma keep it real, I'ma spit the fact. Pistol on me, I'll pull it, I ain't trying to scrap. Going back and forth with you niggas, I ain't into that. I'm a whole court in the street with the business at. Nigga, you a rapper, you a capper, you a fitter hat. Broke at the bottom in the hood where all the killers at. Pain that I feel inside, it goes so deep. Like, how I lose my cousin and uncle the same week. Damn, I'ma keep all in the doing it for the team. Shorty keep calling, she say she missing me. I walk in, drop to her knees, she start eating me. Happy Halloween, how this trick treating me. After you done, it ain't no kissing me. Get with you when I can, you know the history. I was in Miami on the yacht with my niggas. Celebrating life, we come from rags to riches. Had to eat on paper plates, cause we ain't had dishes. Now I hold my rollie to the sky, see it glistening. I was in Miami on the yacht full of bitches. Celebrating life, I come from rags to riches. Had to eat on paper plates, cause we ain't had dishes. Now I hold my rollie to the sky, see it glistening. SBE, $1 billion mission, that's the plan. Go ahead and put that money to your ear, hear what I'm saying? SBE, $1 billion mission, that's the plan. Go ahead and put that money to your ear, hear what I'm saying? Xbox, PlayStation, I ain't even playing though. Keep the poles and them sticks like Rambo. And the strip out there, reload up on ammo. Shooting dice with your life, you still want gamble. I roll the backwood, filled up 7 grams though. First batch come in, just hit me with Orlando. Light skin, fat ass, and I can see a Cambo. I'ma lift her legs up like those on a Lambo.
Listen.
Appreciate you, bro.
That's
Come
what
on,
I
you right
like. He
here.
came through.
No,
He
she right.
he
You
knocked
got
one
this
off
too.
and
You
then
right
went
here.
did
Young
another
kid.
one.
Slide over.
You know what I mean?
We gonna try something.
And this boy think he's slick. You know, they say that men show up at the parks and stuff with their babies to try to pull them. He gonna bring the daughter in here because he late, you know what I mean? It's his birthday. He want to bring baby girl in so we don't girl him too hard. It's cool. I see what you doing. It's all cool.
Let's get this.
Anything to get baby girl on the show with
Ain't
us,
no
I'm
doubt,
fine
ain't
with
no
that. I'm fine with that. She ain't even looking over here. She acting like she don't see me.
So, you know, it's PSA, Philly service announcement. My man Smooth. I was one of those gorillas he was upstate with, just to let y'all know. That's what he talking about. This is my guy right here.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, he's talking about being a gorilla. Look at baby girl.
You know what I mean? This is my brother right here. Y'all hear me talk about a lot of brothers that got love for me. I don't even know why they deal with me half of the time, but listen, man, we got a team out here, man, and we all about the same things, man. Taking care of our families, taking care of our kids, and making sure we manifesting. Everybody talking about manifesting, you know what I mean? We really make things happen. And I seen it. I seen it with my own eyes with several brothers, man, and there's a certain mindset with a lot of women too. I got one of those women in the building. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of power that be moving around here, man. Y'all don't even be knowing it, but y'all gotta pay attention. So I'm the assist. This is Suhana. Are you looking in the camera? It's definitely my birthday. If y'all want to give me any gifts, support our movement.
In the camera, but she know the camera looking at her.
Exactly. Support our movement. Buy merch, share, like, PSA_community. Watch us every Tuesday, Takeover Tuesday. You know, we out here doing real things, man. Whenever you see that logo, it's serving going on. That's another thing I need y'all to remember, man. When y'all see PSA logo anywhere, it's serving going on.
I can't really see my logo. I guess because it's light, because of the light in the sun.
So before we get to this powerful sister right here, you know, because she got a lot that she gonna tell you. And I'm gonna keep saying powerful. You know what I mean? Because she empowers people, and you have to be powerful to be able to empower people. You know what I mean? But I got a Southwest Philly ball coming in here. You know what I'm saying? To do his ones and twos. You know, because we need more Southwest balls coming through this joint, man. You know what I'm saying?
We need everybody.
Shout out to my family.
We need
you know,
from
chick
all
with the juice. You know what I'm saying?
When you said a Southwest dude coming, I didn't think it was gonna be cool.
Yo, listen, man. Listen, it's Torch Gunner. I ain't know that my sister had the heat, you know what I'm saying, on tuck. And then I seen the brother and I'm like, chick got the ball. They about to run with something, you know what I'm saying? They definitely about to run with something. So, you know, without further ado, man, let them know who you are. Get right into get into being Torch Gunner, you know what I mean?
What it is, it's your boy Torch Gunner, Mr. Outside. Listen, if you ain't on me, if you don't know me, get up on me. I encourage you to. And just listen, man. I represent the Click, Gunner Gang, Star Gang. And I don't like saying what I do. I be liking to show it, so I don't really be having a whole lot of rap. I got a whole lot of rap, but not a whole lot of rap.
I got you.
Absolutely.
It's on YouTube, Ken.
Oh, yeah, we waiting on you too. This a bomb too. Listen to this.
They say I'm cocky. That guy ain't got a right gun. It's T-fucking T, nigga.
Look.
I said,
Torch Gunner in this bitch, I'm a goon. They ain't got the stomach for this shit. Tell him watch his mouth before I punch him in his lips. Where I'm from, we like to fight it, ain't no suckers on my trip. Look, one go, we all go. Big bank, motherfucker. 50 niggas back to back, it's looking like a car show. Free my nigga O'Reilly, tell him let my dog go. Body bag, dog flow, making sure they all know. Look, I told him playtime is over with. Yeah, they sat me down, but I'm back with a fully loaded clip. Act like they ain't want to share, that's why I'm on my Brody shit. Like, give me that, you owe me this, don't wanna hear that homie shit. Far as I'm concerned, I'm like, fuck friends. It's gonna gang till I die, that's where that love ends. Put the team on my back, had to get us plugged in. Bedtime for 'em, I'm about to get them tucked Then, word to my gang, I'm a body something. I'm similar to when the train or when the Charlie coming. Niggas had a head start, still ain't accomplished nothing. Came home, smoked, and then I passed them like the pot of family and money. Two things I am not discussing. I tear it up like I'm chopping onions. For real, she ain't crazy. I'ma pop her cousin. Them niggas praying that they scoring this drive. They say they tired of punting. He sent his girlfriend to ask for a feature. She sucked my dick and I won't even pass her the reefer. If it's beef juice, pass me the heater. K-pop like Rob Kardashian Senior. Used to be the student, but I passed all the teachers and I want my respect. I'm in the class with a reefer. Look, time to let them know who torture is. Shine with a better glow, rhyme with a better flow. Bombs that I'm letting go, them niggas better forfeit. Cut it with the bullshit, cut it with the bullshit. Got the it factor, it's just something I was born with. Fuck the tit tatter, if it's on, then it's on. Then raining and pouring, no games when I'm warring. Gave them a warning, said save me a portion. They played, so I'm about to rave, about to storm in the game that I gave. Could've made me a fortune. They be biting swag, swear they wanna be a nigga clone. Mine on the bag, I'm in a whole nother different zone. Never been shy, I still keep that glizzy home. Let them get the trip and get the spit quick as busy bone. She gon' let the crew bang, she into the group thing. I was trained to run through these hoes like a shoestring. Look, they like torch gunner, you flames, best thing burning. I make rappers find a new lane. Keep your comments to yourself, cause I don't care about it. When I told them I don't give a fuck, I was clear about it. Reputation speak for itself, you gon' hear about it. My shit stamped and all the real niggas verify it. Yeah, I was schooled by the best, that's why I make lucrative steps and I move like a vet. I got a business proposition, I think you should invest. I only move if it's conducive to me getting the shot. Yes, you damn right I'm money hungry, cause I vividly remember me wanting something and I ain't had no money on me. Now the nigga that they wanna be, wanna know me. It's towards motherfucking Gunner, the one and only. Yeah, I'm like, rest in peace Kyrie, rest in peace Lord Just, rest in peace YB, rest in peace BA. I can't believe cancer took you on a law card. I wish somebody else answer for you, damn. Rest in peace Lord G's, rest in peace BA, rest in peace Rain, rest in peace Just.
Glockaware Radio. Glockaware Radio. Glockaware Radio.
Torch fucking Gunner, fucking clown. This person right here, bro. Listen to that. They played with me. How the fuck would they play with me? I spin the bucket better than them niggas. Look. I was gon' chill. Everybody asks why, cause the way I feel, they ain't recover from my last bomb. All I do is stand grind. I do this shit to pass time. He told me put him to bed. I said it's nap time. Take him. All you do is cap, dog. Why the fuck you think you never see him take his cap off? It look like your barber hit your shit with a hacksaw. I wouldn't ball my fist. He the type that I smack, dog. Brother hit me, told me to give Miggy a pass, dog. But he keep barking with this pussy. Fuck he cat, dog. Screaming, keep it rap, dog. He pray we keep it music, cause he know for a fact that if I say it, I'ma do it. Gunners in the back. I say okay and then they moving. I can hit him easy. You a layup to my shooters. All your little bitches, they a layup with my shooters. They rather spend it in the mall. I rather pay it to the boosters. Niggas talking bread shit. Stop with the hysterics. I pop up out the clear mist and bomb him like a terrorist. Donnie on some weird shit. Miggy here fruitcake. Get your shit split down in the middle for being two-faced. They soft and they two-faced. If we was on that prison yard, catch you in that cell and had you yelling for that prison guard. Shit. Why your man keep playing with them trannies? And tell that dirty bitch Art stop taking all them zanies. Take on he a bitch, got him shaking in his panties. That type of shit they on ain't tolerated in this family, niggas. They got me aggravated. Them niggas agitating, lying, telling all these fucking stories like a narrator. Running through their whole army. They call me the gladiator. Tato on that 8 I turn Taco when the mashed potatoes. Yeah, I said, should I keep bombing on him? I ain't make it clear yet that I'm a problem for him. Could expose he a faggot, open up their closet on him. Taco got beat up on his block and it got recorded. Yeah, I know it's not important, just figured he should stop the frauding. I'm hot, I'm scorching, them niggas cannot ignore it. I pop up on him, start spitting, I'm not performing. Trackers on his car, I kick his door like we got a warrant. Look, my shit hit a little different. I'm a full-grown pit bull, this nigga is a kitten talk. The fuck? You niggas gonna start addressing me as king. That's how I feel. That's my shit.
The first thing I gotta say is it gonna be some more heat left for the end of the show? Cause it is my birthday though, you know what I'm saying?
This is like a party today. This is a party.
Is it gonna be some more heat left for the end of the show? That's what I gotta ask, man. I appreciate y'all brothers, man. you know, a lot of what we do right now is not like I gotta schedule this, I gotta talk to your assistant and this person. That it's really like, yo, I call folks up and I be like, damn, can you show me some love? And they be like, yo, I can show you some love. And then they show me the love, you know what I mean? And I appreciate it. Grace. Love, support, and grace. And I'm always gonna be like that myself. So they already know that you call me about whatever, man, you know, I'm gonna do it if I can do it, man. Yeah. And then that's really how it go. Like if I can do it, if I can find time, if I could be late for something else, because that's usually why I'm late for other stuff. For something else, I'm gonna do it. So we gonna keep this joint moving right along, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to get to the lit part of my day. You know, I got my baby girl with me, so I got the Deuce around. You know what I'm saying? It's around. But I got my baby with me, so I couldn't do what I wanted to do. So, you know, but she chilling, you know what I mean? And I appreciate that from her. She real easy. Her mom will tell you a different story, though. And I can't, you know, I apologize for that. But she chill with that, you know what I mean? So, anyway, without further ado, I want to get into this part of it because this is a resource show. We are celebrating, but this is a resource show. And this young lady right here, she has resources. And she know, we don't introduce people. So make sure you pull your mic.
Her resources is all that. She had to come back.
Make sure you pull your mic up so they can hear what you're saying. Pull that mic close so we can get every word.
She's out here doing big things.
Major things, man. And we really appreciate it, man. And I'm kind of like trying to, you know, stay in her good graces because I need her to help bless my situation that I got going on Broad New York. It will be open this month. You know, now we talking about Valentine's Day. It's a lot going on as far as contractors who, you know, maintenance of the building. We got to make sure it's right. And one thing that I've learned in my life, one of the many things that I've learned in my life is a lot of things for me happen right on time. I be wanting them to happen, but the people who not supposed to be around, somehow they fall away. You know what I'm saying? The things that the money that looked at a certain type of way turn into different money. You know what I mean? At a later date, the opportunities that looked at like the greatest opportunity turns into a better opportunity. And, you know, I'm blessed. You know, and I'm always going to say that. I'm one of them people that allow you to know that I'm blessed, man. And a lot of my blessings are the relationships that I have. So I'm trying to build a strong relationship with this young lady right here so we can serve together. So can you please let them know who you are, what you do?
Yes. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much for having me out on your birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes.
That's a blessing to see
44 of them.
Gosh,
you know what I'm saying?
Important.
No, for real, I'm 4 years old. I'll explain that to y'all later. I'm 4 years old. So don't chastise me for nothing that I do.
You ain't 4 years old.
She's not 4.
I'm telling the truth.
Tell the truth.
Listen.
But go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead. I apologize.
I'm so blessed for you guys having me out here today. I can't even begin to say anything without just thanking so many people that helped me get to this point to even be in this situation, to be on the show explaining any type of resources. Miss Christine, she's here today. That's my block captain. She helped me with my children all the time, every time. Any business endeavor, she still keep my very first business card. That was 4 years ago when it was just a bright idea. And every day she would see me sleep. She would just walk right in my house, papers on the couch, on the floor, everywhere. She was like, Monique, you got to take a break. Tomorrow, I will, I promise. So it's definitely an honor to be sitting here today with her sitting across me. I would also like to thank everyone in the community, Revolutionary Vision, West Philadelphia Financial Services, House of Emoja, Dr. Maurice Henderson, Miss Jacqueline Teller, Miss Ann Turner, everybody that came into my life to help me get to this point. Absolutely grateful. So what we have to offer is, well, first, Monique Dudley again, overall training, which is a workforce development organization founded by me. And our number one goal is to get the community involved with workforce development, training programs. I have a dental assistant program, but we're getting ready to launch a cosmetology and barber program, as long as a landscaping program, a peer specialist for people that's going through trauma so that they can go into the jails and start becoming social workers. So we're definitely looking for guys that already been locked up that can go into the jails and help get them together for workforce development. We'll be also working with CDL. That's the really big one that we're working on now. So we answered the call for this 90-day CDL challenge, which is a national challenge for programs to develop drivers, for drivers and CDL programs. So we'll be meeting with them before the end of the month, and we're putting together a consortium so that we can start offering CDL license and driver's license.
Listen,
My fault.
When excuse me, when you say workforce development and you talk about the things that you're doing with workforce development, for me, it just seems like it's completely different than what we've been used to and what we normally hear as workforce development. I know it's a lot of people that been out there that done participated in some workforce and development programs that didn't really end them anywhere. And I know it's something special about your program that you shared before that I want you to share with everybody again, because it just touched me in a way. Like, it's a lot of people out here that is participating in certain workforce development programs and don't really get certification off the ground.
It's the love.
For real.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's the love and the hope. We have become so disconnected as a community, and it's not just a community, but in business. And when we have these programs, 9 times out of 10, the first word that you're going to always hear is funding. Where's the funding at to get done or solve this problem? So even though we're doing this stuff, we're still all fighting for money. The love in the actual training and skill has become third to what it is that the business says that is going to represent. So I know for sure that, growing up in Philadelphia, uptown, and then moved to West Philly, going into some of those workforce programs that I participated in, as a recipient, you didn't feel love. You just feel like you come in there, you have people that look like you that's in the front, that's nasty. And then when you get to the back, they get making you take this simple test that is supposed to itemize who it is that you are. And once that happens, then you get placed into a job like cashier or phlebotomy. That's the number one that they love to put us in. Some type of MA program, even though it helps you get to the program, but
explain what phlebotomy. I can't even get it out.
Phlebotomy
is
blood drawing, which I have no problem with. I love the program. I'm actually getting ready to include that in there, but it needs to be a pathway where you feel like this is not just going to be your end all be all, especially when you got to look at your demographics in Philadelphia. We have a lot of single black moms here and white moms or Puerto Rican moms, and they can't work overnight. So a lot of times I would have students that were working overnight and come to class 8 o'clock in the morning that were single. So where's the time to spend time to help raise your children, which is going to lead into another problem, because now the children is running out, and this is the demographic that came from the children like me. Your parents is working overnight, so who's watching the kids? But what else are you going to do? So even if you have PHA housing, you still have to have some type of income. Section 8, you still got to have some type of income. If you're paying rent, you still got to have some type of income. So who's going to be home raising the children? So it opens up a big Pandora box.
Absolutely.
So when you talk about certifications, what is the disconnect there? Because I remember you were saying before, like, you go through this program and the way that it's written, it doesn't say you're going to get certified, but it gives you the illusion when you reading, or it gives you the perception when you're reading that you're going to end with a certification. And then you said that's a part of the game that we've been lacking on, because other people already was on it. Like, they was like, yo, we going to start with that. But I'm going to let you explain it, because you want to explain it way better.
Well, it's 3 tiers of any type of diploma if you go to a job. The first 3 things, I'm going to ask you this question. What is one of the first things they ask you when you go into a job interview?
Most of the jobs I got, they ask me, when am I available?
When are you available? And what else do you have to have in your hand? A resume. And then on that resume, you have to be qualified for the what? Job.
For the job.
In order for you to be qualified for the job is a particular certification that you have to hold in order to qualify, unless you get grandfathered in. Like, if you know a best friend or somebody that's going to take you in and grandfather you in, and then you're going to be working for that company. But if you lose that job, your experience is not going to outweigh a certification. And this is what happened to a lot of black women too. They went up, like, say if you're working at a great company like Independence Blue Cross, you come in, but you're not getting certified, but you move up in the company. But once you lose that job, what ended up happening? Where are you going to go at with no certification? So a lot of the programs, if you're not certified with a state recognized or nationally recognized certification, you're not going to do it. It's like saying that you're a doctor with no certificate to prove that this is what it is that you actually do. With overall training, is we offer the Labor Board of Industry state recognized certificate. So whatever programs that we put up, you will be certified in that trade to be able to move freely. So if you lose that job right after or a year or two after, then you can go somewhere else with that certification, and it carries weight as well as the work that you put in during that time.
Exactly. And one of the things that I'm glad you shared that is the way, because, you know, people who've been worked for companies and they've been there 10, 15, 20 years, right? So what's happening is they're restructuring the company. They're bringing in people with degrees and certificates and stuff and putting them in positions higher than you and telling you it's a lateral move, right? And then giving you a different job title than what you've had and held for 10, 15, 20 years.
And don't forget the part that you wind up training that person with
you
the certificate.
train the
They don't have
person
the
with
experience.
the degree
It
or the
happened to my mom,
certificate.
it happened to my aunts.
It
happened to
happened
my
to
friends.
so
To
many of us.
And then what happens? And after that, so I'm not going to say what president, but a president, you know, went in and made it so that the jobs can have the responsibility to train you and certify it as a state recognized training. And it put it on a federal level where it weighs just as equal or just about as equal as a college degree. And once he did that, it kind of opened up the platform where they can't just do that to you. And if you know that this is what it is that's going on, you have people like me that say that maybe we need to make a shift, or maybe you can convince your job to contract you as an apprentice. And if you contract as an apprenticeship, then what they can do is offer you this certification, and they will get a lot of different benefits for allowing this type of situation going. And the hardest part is getting the employers to sign on them.
Right.
So so what you do is actually like an apprenticeship. Like you bring people in that they're getting workable hours as they're doing it, right?
Yes. So what I do is I build the curriculum, if they don't have one already, and I help set up the employer and a group to actually come in together as a consortium and train people into these trades and into these positions. As long as the positions is going to be able to weld, this is my stickler, at least 20% or above within the next 10 years of actually hiring. So it's growth or job development growth. Then I'm willing to go into the businesses, build a consortium, build up the curriculum, and then make that a trade that can be certified.
Tell people what a consortium is.
A consortium is a group of people working together. And we need to learn that.
People working together.
Yes, because I'm big on that. I talk about collaboration all the time. Like, we always need to be collaborating.
Yes.
We may think that things, and this is going to go into my next question. We think certain things don't connect. You know what I'm saying? But they do. Like, a dude that rap might think that the mechanic ball, they do two different things. But they don't, because we all dealing with bread. So if I'm rapping, that's a part of advertisement. I can get into this business with you and say, listen, I rap. I get a whole nother demographic of people as a part of my card, my show, whatever it is. I'm telling them about your auto shop. And for that, I may take 15%, 20%, however I'm going to pay into it. Or you just my man, and I want to make sure people come to I make your auto shop the poppin' auto shop. Because you know we do a lot of things based on what's popping.
Right.
You know, so the question that I'm leading to is, you pick a lot of unique things to try to get people to have apprenticeships going on so they can be certified in it. So, like, tell me some of those things that people may consider off the beaten path, even though it's probably not. We just don't know about it.
One was when we was on the show the last time, the cosmetology program.
Right.
And the reason why I say that is because of hair care, image, skin care. This is really becoming really big in our community. And a lot of the young women are not certified in it. So they can use that as an excuse, which I have witnessed, come in and shut your business down anytime they want. If you don't have a licensed instructor or a manager in there, or if you don't have your cosmetology license, they could come in and shut down your business at any time and then bang you with taxes.
Right. Yep.
But if you go back and get your cosmetology license and somebody's there teaching you how to do your EIN and your business, then you could kind of alleviate that. So now that you got your skill, you're making your money, at least you could come into Miss Ann Turner and be able to develop yourself in a different way so that you're not facing that downturn, because it will happen.
Exactly, because there's so many young women out here, you know, for example, doing braids.
Yes.
Everybody is learning how to do the knotless braids. There's a lot of young women out here doing their thing, braiding hair, getting their money, but they don't have the back end. They don't have the certifications. They don't have the licenses and stuff like that. And they good at their craft.
It won't last forever.
Exactly.
And if somebody see you, you in trouble because you had an infection or something like that that's going on. So the way to buffer that is to go ahead and get your certification in it. But at least we're offering these type of programs for free.
And the thing that I like about it is they
Yeah.
don't have to stop working.
No.
You know how a lot of times people be like, damn, I don't have the time to go back to school. That's taking out of time
Right.
where I could be making money.
Right.
The way you presenting it is, you don't got to stop doing here. We just going to start certifying these hours, so to speak.
Exactly.
That's exactly what's
Gotcha.
happening. So you can actually get paid while you work.
Right.
Because you're going to be working with the employer. You just got to do a year. You got to do your 2,000 hours.
Right.
So you're
Yes.
getting paid that whole 2,000 hours. And once you're done, the state of Pennsylvania will certify you. So it's not just an overall training certification that you're getting. You're getting a Department of Labor certification, which holds weight.
Yes, it does.
So what we gonna do is I'm gonna get a company on being a host. It's not a company, but we gonna have a school about being host. You gonna love it because you gonna do it, and I'm gonna have
You see this?
and I'm gonna have people come on the show. They might guest host, and that'll be a part of their hours, and we can get them certified and all that. Because me and you talked about this before, and at first I was like, I just learned how to do this, and you know what I'm saying. But then once you said it to me at Odd Day, I was like, you know what, we probably could do that.
Makes a lot of sense.
Not even could do that. We are going to do that.
Yes,
We're going to
we
start
will.
because it's one of those things where we want to always continue to be a resource. Like
Right.
we push that. Yeah, we push love, support, and grace. That's how we move. That's how we live our lives. That's the theme of the show. But this is a resource show. So when she told me that, and I know my sister, my right hand sister, was going to be with her. I didn't say anything to her about it, but I knew I was going to bring her.
He ain't say nothing.
I knew I was going to bring her back on it. But everything I'm doing, I'm always working for this family, man, because we family. Like on some real, we really are family. Like anytime you could take pictures of me slumped on your couch, we family.
Nice.
Like slobber and all that. You know what I mean? They got pictures.
You talk about me.
Because we get right over there. But that's another story for another day. But for real, we want to be able to provide something. The information is major and we tangible, we out here. But that, for me, I've been thinking about it. I was like, yo, that would be dope to have young folks coming in here and learning how to host while I'm learning how to host. Because I'm still, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm good at it right now because I love doing it. I didn't know I was going to love doing it. I thought it was going to be an ends to a means. And this is really cathartic for me when I come in. Like, this hour means something to me. You know what I'm saying?
This boy knew he was going to love doing it because he liked to talk.
I do like to talk, but I didn't know.
I didn't think that you wouldn't love doing something where you talking.
But, like, I like, the person-to-person thing, or we, in a small group setting. Because another thing I want to put out there to y'all, like, I always tell people I have an intimate relationship with books. Anybody that know me know that that's not a fraud. That's really what it is. But I've read a lot of like authors and stuff, and they be having these joints at their crib where it's like y'all come together and have conversations about like real topics, and y'all have debates at the house, and y'all drink a little bit, eat a little bit, might even get dressed a little casually, but just to come to the crib. And we all at the crib busting it up about a book or busting it up about politics. And I want to create that at some point.
We do that now.
We do it, but I want to make it more.
Already.
I want to make it more formal. Like, yo, this is what we come to do, is serious topics.
So you want it to be formal.
Yes.
Because we do it all the time.
Yes, I definitely-
Especially when you come over my house and eat and drink, and we
Yes,
sit
I
at
eat
the
a lot
table
over their house,
and
too,
have
just to
like
let you know that part.
really major discussions about real shit. And a lot of the things that we talk about personally amongst ourselves end up on the show.
Yeah.
Because it's legit real
issues
that we facing and we talking about amongst ourselves before we even come to the show with it, because that's how he knew I was his right hand sister.
No doubt.
Just from having a conversation over my food.
Because what I like
over my food.
Yeah, my food.
Because what I like, about Nick the Queen, about Raw Cannon, is Raw Cannon can be ratchet as I was like, this is not the Nick that I know.
He thought I was trying to hide something.
You know what I mean? She
thought I was trying to hide something. But you felt to realize you had been up here doing your thing already previously.
I jumped
and
out
you know, I'm just like anybody in any new environment. You gotta feel things out. You gotta see where you know what I mean, how you can be, ain't no code switching or nothing like
Nah,
that,
nah,
because what
exactly.
you see is what you get.
No doubt.
right.
But you know, it's all love.
So, what's next? Like, matter of fact, no, not what's next. What is something that's standing in your way right now? Because I feel like nothing can't stop you. Nothing can't stop you. I know that. I know enough about you in the short time that I've known you, and I've seen the things that you do, that nothing can't stop you. But what is just give me one thing? Because you said shh, like it's a
do I
few
have to
things.
be honest?
Yes,
I'm gonna be honest,
yes,
but politically correct us. And I said that before,
Mm-hmm.
that it's not a stop. It's just completely having to compliance. That's the biggest thing that I can repeat. Compliance to getting our paperwork together, and then having the initiative to actually work together, because everybody's stuck on the past. Who didn't get along with who, when, where, what, how? Who did this to who? And I'm thinking like, well, if all of these programs are being developed specifically for children or youth and young adults and older adults to help us move forward as a community, because we're looking at this deficit, then what's stopping us from moving forward with things that we know will work? You know that we need money. You know that we need stability. And you know that 9 times out of 10, if the young guys is picking up guns and doing the things that they're doing, 9 times out of 10 is because they don't have an environment that's loving or supportive towards them. And I know personally. So what's stopping us is being able to create a bond with each other, because you have all these different pockets of groups and organizations that's politically friends in the front, but in the back is a competition between each other. Who can do what the fastest, best to race after this money? But when I started overall training, I literally started on 5 cents. You know, and I passed through 2 students in front of the scrubs, and now they're working. So it was a free situation until I could build myself up, if that's what I would like to go with it, to have tuition or get funding and all those different things. But it literally just starts to take 2 people by the hand and just build them up. So what we're doing is we're putting on these shows where it's like creating an orchestra. And if we stop that and just really connect to say, okay, so we're going to do phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. How do we get to phase 3? These are the steps that we have to do. And if we push forward to get through to those phases and let go a lot of the things that's surrounding us, that's burdening us, then we can actually move this city forward in the Black community. Because what we're looking at is an environment that is like ultimate freaking takeover.
Yeah.
I mean, who's going to sit here and deny what it is that we're looking at? You have a lot of older Black communities like the one I live in, with Miss Christine been on her block for how many years, Miss Christine? 20, 30 years, 40, or her life?
Forever.
50 years, over 50 years, right? A predominantly Black community that is a predominantly Black owned. And for the last 3 years, it's been so many postcards in the mail. We buy your house. They've been taking the lots that's over there. They've been taking pictures on the block, like just 12 o'clock at night. You could just see a random person taking
just out there.
pictures. So if we really want to keep the culture the way it is, where we are strong, then we're going to start paying attention to what's happening to our youth, because they are the way they're behaving is going to dictate what our future is going to look like if we don't start learning how to work together. And that's hard, because the generation that's working towards this, and I keep repeating this, is the 80s babies. I'm an 80s babies. We came through that crack epidemic, so we're just now figuring out how to love ourselves. So now we got to figure out how to love our community. And we got to figure out how to love each other and the children that's being raised, even if they're not ours.
Even if they not ours. That's a major
They
point
are
to make.
ours.
Exactly.
That's deep.
They
Exactly.
are ours.
Village.
Like, that's one of the things. Like, it takes a village, and you know, and we have to understand these very systems that are putting up these roadblocks and trying to do everything that they can to convince us that we need to compete. Because that's what it is. You know, they trying to convince us that it's only this way you can go or that way you can go. It can only be a certain amount of this or a certain amount of that. When in all actuality, it's enough for everybody.
It's like the drug game.
It's enough for everybody. So don't let these systems convince you into believing that I need to compete with my brother or my sister in order to get where I need to go. No, you need to uplift your brother and your sister, and you need to help your brother and your sister in order to get where you go.
Well, if we don't do it,
then
then we are going to be literally the ones holding the guns. So we can say, oh yeah, such and such killed them. They doing this, that. But again, it's going to fall on us because we're not taking the responsibility to grow our culture, our children. It's everybody's responsibility to do this.
Yes, it is.
You know, the other people always tell the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, my man don't gotta tell a story. I know enough about him. I've been around him in enough spaces where if his name came up in a room, I'm gonna tell the story. And I know it's the other way around. And I always been on that time. Like, always been on that time. Like, dog, we need to move together. If we move together, like, all that, because you even hear it in the music, and you hear it more and more with the young boys, and when I talk to them, it always comes out like, yo, you can't trust nobody. You can't trust nobody. You can't trust nobody. And I'll be like, yo, I got a large social circle of dudes that I really trust. And they really trust me. And it's a lot of us. And we come from different places, and we've been in the dirt. We done did all the crazy shit. But we came to this understanding of, yo, it ain't really too much different, man. We've been through these same things on purpose. Like you said, the systems created this. So we going through these same things on purpose. So it's really nothing different about us. Like, we really brothers. If we just get a moment to sit down and talk and see who each other is, and we get to sit in that at that table in that fucking cafeteria.
And you know what, bro?
That
You
was
know
the
what?
world.
Listen, and you know
That was the
what?
world.
Listen, and I'm gonna tell you something. And I have this conversation amongst my friends. And you know, it's something that we struggle with as black women. See, because what happens is they take the black man out of the home and they put him in these systems, prison, jail, with a bunch of other black men. And y'all learn how to bond and build and trust and all that with other black men. But where are y'all learning how to do that with us black women?
Whoa.
Like, it's this whole system that's put in place. And y'all men are learning to, like, y'all come home, y'all got all these brotherly love, but y'all got all these relationship issues with us women.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? Because y'all ride for y'all, and I'm not saying you, brother. I'm not saying. I'm just speaking like in general because
I'm about to rock with that.
I see and I hear so much love amongst men who did time in jail together, especially long periods of time. Because they you don't have nothing, what else you going to do but work on your relationship?
Exactly.
With the nigga you in the cell with. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen. The reason why I rock with that, because I just had 2 conversations in the last 2 days. One from a young lady. She was like, y'all boys out here, y'all in love with y'all homies. Y'all do anything for y'all homies, this, that, and the third. And I ain't disagree with her because I've had that conversation with brother. Like, how is the betrayal of your woman different than the betrayal of your man? When your woman lay in the bed with you every night, your security is all the way low with her, but you could betray her and it not be an issue. But if you betray your man, it's like, how could you do such a thing? And then the other thing is, and I had to take it from my own person, as much as I love black women, for me, I had to realize I hadn't dealt with black women, and not just romantically, my mom, my sister, my daughter, whoever, my partner, in 20 years.
Exactly.
And I had to understand. I was like, yo, why are they not understanding what I'm saying? I'm a good dude, this, that, and the third.
I'm going through it right. I just did 12 years. I ain't even home a year yet, and I'm the same.
It's like, yo, I gotta be consistently checking myself. Like, damn, brother, did you really move? You think you doing everything right? Because you got this perception. I romanticize what I thought it was gonna be like with black women because I told I created this man in there like, yo, I'm a good dude. I'm a black man. I love my women. I love my people. This, that, and the third. And when I came home, I had to realize, and it took a minute. Dog, you ain't dealt with these women in 20 years on a day-to-day basis. Now you living in a house with 3 of them. You feel what I'm saying? Everywhere you go, women everywhere. They everywhere. It's more women than men. They everywhere. How are you going to and I had to come to that understanding. Excuse me. I had to come to that understanding with myself, and I'm still work because I'm 4 years home. I'm just sitting in the car and we're like, dog, you really upset about these different things that's going on, and you might be justified, but did I realize that I haven't dealt with women day to day for 20 years.
And there's no system forcing the man and the woman to be together. The systems is tearing us apart.
Right.
Well, you got the Willie Lynch theory.
No doubt.
And a part of the expert insert was, beat the man in front of the black woman so she could feel like he's weak, and rape the woman in front of the man, her husband, so he could feel like she's a hoe. So when
he can't protect you.
He can't protect you. Mm-hmm. So that theory has, celebrating Black History Month, but that theory has been proven to be accurate with the way it's coming down the pike. The most beautiful thing about black people is that we have the capability and ability to get past that theory. We just have to recognize that this is something that's very, very wrong. It's wrong when, like what she was saying, that it's hard to grow a friendship with a male anymore. And I don't even know how that became that, because even as 80s babies, when I went to college, I had male friends. I used to rap and have fun and do all types of stuff that was not sexual
at all.
But when I moved back to Philadelphia for a little while, I was like, what's going on? You can't even have a friendship with a male without it being totally out of control to somebody else. It has to be something that's inappropriate.
Exactly.
Or we can't, the women's supposed to talk to the women and the men's supposed to be talking to the
and
men.
that's exactly
But at the end
what's
of the day, the women is taking the blunt of this pain. Like, we're literally taking the blunt of the pain, because we have to make the decisions for our children. We have to make the decisions for ourselves, and we've been having to make the decisions for each other and our families to move forward, because we have to coddle our men so that they can heal. And it's hard when you're not healed trying to coddle a man.
You're dealing with your
heal.
own trauma, and you're dealing with your own
so
pain.
The pressure on us is the pain that we have to see our children die, to see our men suffer, that came out of our womb is a scream that is ringing so highly in Philadelphia right now. And all we can do is distract ourselves, because we're trying to do the best that we can to move forward. But you can't really be in a room, and I could speak, off of what I've been through at certain times, in a room of men, without it being a conversation of her ass or what she look like, or she doesn't look right, or who she did what with. I done heard things about strong, powerful women that was totally inappropriate, but it's waged differently when a man is doing it. And that's one of the main things that we really need to stop. And then the competition within the women is so bad now that women can't even be in a room with each other without feeling like they're in competition with each other. So we can't have that sisterly bond or love with each other, because we're trying to appeal to this group of 3 men so that we can get to the point that we need to get to. I ain't with the shit.
Exactly.
So I'm just letting you know.
Right.
I'm not, but I know that this is something that I have absolutely experienced.
It's a real thing.
It is.
But this is PSA, Philly Service Announcement. We have a segment that we always do, that the Queen does.
Yes, we always do.
It's
Before
called Say
I
Her
get to
Name.
the segment
Go ahead,
really
do your
quick, I
thing.
want to make one last comment. What this system and these ideas are doing is they're creating these over enmeshed relationships between women and these overly enmeshed relationships between men, meaning a nigga, he can burn you this, do that, this, long as he don't snitch. But he could do 1,000 things, and you know what I mean, that's your boy, that's your man. And women, we, you know what I mean, that's my girl, we can beef, we can go through whatever and still, fuck with each other at the end of the day. But on the flip side, if a nigga do something wrong to the chick, or the chick do something wrong to me, and I'm done with that. I'm done with that. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to throw that last comment in there.
It's always more. It's always more. That's why we're around. That's why we're around.
Before we get into the Say Her Name, now, little quick backdrop. Say Her Name started from a conversation we had about intersectionality, where Black women are being discriminated against because of the color of our skin, and also because of the fact that we're women. And we're being discriminated against in a variety of systems, in healthcare, in the workforce, But we started having a conversation about the fact that all of these men that are out here dying at the hands of the police, that are being portrayed on TV, names, pictures, everything up on media, not nearly as much as the women that are dying at the hands of the police are being talked about, shared, and put out there for people to see. So we started to Say Her Name segment to say the names of women who have died in police custody or died at the hands of police,
Or being brutalized
or
by
murdered
police.
or brutalized by police. So last week I started to have the conversation about black women dying, period. Because I don't want to take away from all the black women that are out here being murdered and killed, and we don't know their names. So one of the things that came up was intimate partner violence. And it's a lot of women out here that have to deal with intimate partner violence, and women are being killed by intimate partner from somebody that they've been intimate with, dated or long-term relationships or whatever. So this week's segment is about a young lady, 23 years old, from Connecticut, and it's like on the news and stuff right now. She mysteriously is dead. She's dead, and a man that she dated on some dating app apparently woke up to her dead in the bed with him, and he called the police, and they ruled it an accidental death, like an overdose. She was taking some pills and drinking, and she died. Now the problem with this is, number one, this is a white man. His face is nowhere, his name is nowhere, they haven't charged him with anything, but he claims he woke up in the bed next to this woman after a night of drinking, and he don't know why. She got up in the middle of the night and went out and met somebody, and then came back in the house and fell ill. But they continue drinking and stuff. But she was ill. It gets worse. So the police officers who responded to the call did not notify her family, did not try to notify anybody in her family, left a note on her door that said, if you're looking for her, call this number. And as of right now, that's where it's at. So the family has hired a lawyer and to investigate, because the problem with this is, here is a young lady who apparently she's dead, right? And y'all waiting for an autopsy to prove that, what she had in her system. But one of the things that they made apparent, or they talked about, is, how did the drugs get in her system? How did they get in her system? So here it is, this 23-year-old girl in Connecticut, she's dead. And the police officers who responded don't even call no next of kin, family, or nothing of no sort. And they put a note on the door and say, if you're looking for her, call this number.
Wow.
They're on administrative leave right now.
So we always talk about the same thing. And y'all, all of us need to understand. Systems at play. Y'all know what they are. Racist institutions, whether that be criminal justice, education, because we can give you examples in each. So, just look it up if y'all feel like, oh, y'all race baiting or whatever. I haven't had anybody say that to me, but I always do the anecdotal thing so people could just be like, oh, well, that's not a statistic and that's this. And, all right, it's in the history. You can go look at it. I'm always up for a good challenge. So, which won't be a challenge. But education or academia, criminal justice, medicine, we can go on and on and on about these institutions that are built on racism. In a variety of different ways. And what racism dictates and racism shows, because you have to have power, because we talked about this, about black people being racist, which is not possible.
Right.
Because we don't have the institutions or the power to make any other race of people feel inferior, and at the same time educate them to believe that we are superior. Mm-hmm. We don't have any institutions that do that. You could be a bigot, you could be prejudiced, you could be discriminatory, but race is a completely different thing.
No.
racist system. So it's racist systems at play that a black woman could be found dead in a bed with a white man and he don't even go to the precinct. Now, me being a black man, I know for a fact I would be
the number one suspect.
I would be in the county that night. I would
number
be
one
chilling at
suspect.
the precinct for a couple of days. I'll be in the county that night, charged with a whole bunch of stuff.
The number one
Face on
suspect.
lose everything.
Exactly.
They'll hold you for as long as they can hold you.
As long as they can hold you. Now, the other thing is the utter disregard, which we see in a lot of these cases with our women, of the police, where y'all don't rough boy up, you know what I'm saying, in her name. Y'all don't make sure that y'all find her family in her name. Y'all don't make sure that right now y'all still on the prowl for whoever did this. If it ain't him, while he's in custody, we still looking for the other cat. Because it's a black woman.
It's a black
A
woman.
young black woman.
23
and the system
years old.
dictates that they don't have to care because she's black. That's what the system dictates.
Yes.
So the resolution for that, because these are not the same thing and people do that a lot. Well, talk about how y'all do what y'all do to each other. Y'all can't talk about what other people do because the reason why we do what we do to each other come from the same system.
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
That made us believe that we not worthy of that. So it's self-hate looking each other in the eye. I hate this nigga because he's a reflection of what I hate myself. We are, and I say it like that on purpose because a lot of people that know that's around me, I don't say the word nigga. I don't say the word bitch. It doesn't come out of my mouth. It's not a conversation piece for me. I don't talk about people like that, and I damn sure don't talk about my people like that. But that institution has convinced us that we are niggas, so we treat each other like niggas. We treat our women like bitches.
All they seen was a 23-year-old on a dating app.
Exactly.
You know, her value. And it's a lot of
She
young
didn't have
ones just
value.
like that.
She didn't
From
have
the day
value.
she was born, she had no value.
Very popular now, where you're seeing a lot of black young people, men and women, both using these dating apps, meeting people in hotels and things of that nature. So, you know, as much as we need to find that guy,
no doubt,
that is that did what he did, we also need to monitor our youth better.
Yes.
So
and
that
how
they're
they
not
going
falling
about
victim into this trap. Why was she in there
exactly
in the first place on a dating app at 23?
And I'm glad that my sister said that, because initially I was going to say something about that, but I know you get the backlash of that. It's like, I'm not telling you can't wear what you want. I would never tell you that, but you got to understand them boys down there. I'm not telling you not to wear what you want, but also be very clear about the danger.
Be smart.
And how they think. I'm not telling a woman she can't wear. So I'm glad that you brought that, because I was going to bring that point and I was going to say it anyway, because I'll take whatever comes with it. People know me.
I have to. I have 2 daughters. That's number one. So, and then on top of that, I had crazy childhood with super strict parent that didn't let me out the house till I was 16. So, because of that, I saw what could have happened to me happen to other people, especially even being on a college campus. It did not happen to me.
Yes.
And it was because I was super paranoid and crazy. I mean, I never forget the first day of college. I'm not gonna lie, we was smoking and drinking, in South Carolina, and I locked myself in the bathroom because I wasn't aware to me. So I literally locked myself in the bathroom and called my mom. I got in trouble, my friends was mad at me, but I called my mom and she was like, don't let yourself out that bathroom until you cool. But that was because of what my parents said. You never know with these 18, 19, 20, 21, 23-year-olds, as much as we like to live in a fake world, we know the reality of the environments that they could possibly be in. So to be able to have fathers and mothers and aunts and uncles that's around them, that's able to kind of teach them that this is what could happen, and if this do happen, even if you feel a little dizzy, you better get on there. 311. I don't give a. Send me 2 hearts on that phone so that I know where to locate you. Money is not that important.
Exactly.
So and I don't want to seem like this is the reason, but we really need to do a better job with that.
And we do, and we need to continue to do the job. And I don't care how many generations this done happened before, it's going to continue to happen, and we cannot get jaded to it. We're going to keep talking about it. We're going to keep informing you about it, because it's ultimately something that we need to do as a people. We have to come together as a people,
no doubt,
and protect one another. And we're not there yet. and we'll get there. But we ain't there yet.
And that's the reason why we gotta say her
we're gonna
name.
keep saying the names of these young black women.
And then you can go next after that, Torch.
Smooth, Instagram, it_smooth550, IT_SMOOVE. My YouTube is smooth550 SBE. All my music is on all platforms, Apple, Spotify. Just type in smooth, you'll see me.
No doubt. Torch, where you at, baby?
Yeah, I'm Torch. On Instagram, I'm
You gotta stand up, man.
fault.
You gotta let them see you. You can't do that.
I'm Torch. I'm on Instagram. I'm TORCH_GUNNAH. It's a couple fake pages, but I think the fake pages got numbers and all this extra stuff. And I'm pretty sure you'll be able to tell what's fake and what's not.
No doubt.
As far as music, the album's done. I'm tightening it up just a little bit. I'm tweaking in it, but it's ready though. I'm ready to drop
No
it
doubt.
sometime like next month. And as far as like performances and stuff like that, South by Southwest, we about to go down there.
Okay.
I was supposed to be going somewhere out, All-Star Weekend out in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to be doing something out there. So I'm moving, man. I'm shaking.
No doubt,
I'm moving.
no doubt.
I'm moving and shaking.
So what is it that why do y'all do the music? And you can go first on this one. Why you do the music?
Well, I do the music because I want some money. I need some
Good
money.
answer.
But I like to do it. I do a lot of stuff, right? But that's something that's like, yeah, I could do this.
No doubt.
This me. I could do this.
I feel you.
You feel me?
Well, me, I've been playing around with music on and off for a long time.
Right,
I
right.
just started taking it serious maybe like 2-3 years ago.
Right.
So I'm, like you said, I'm trying to get money out of it too, but it's also like therapeutic for me. Like
Right.
I've been through a lot. I got a lot on my mind, and it ain't always easy to talk to people.
Right.
So the best way for me to release is just putting it in the music.
Right. Everybody get to get a little bit of it. So, and these is not the same questions. What you want to get out of it? Now you said, but what do you want to get out of the music? So you said why you do the music, but what you want to get out of it?
I'm glad you asked me that because people don't never ask that. I want people to know. I want everybody in the world, if I can, to know who Torch Gunner is and know that I can rap. Or I want your opinion. I want everybody in the world opinion because I feel like I win.
Right.
I win. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you gotta get up and tell it. You gotta say that again, man, because people don't want people's opinions, man.
No, seriously. I want out of music. I want everybody to hear me. If I could, I don't care if they can't hear. Listen to this. You feel?
Yeah, man.
And I want the criticism. Because I honestly feel like more people would say that they like it than they don't.
Right.
You feel me?
Hey.
So what you want to get out of the music?
Well, I'ma steal everything he said, but I'ma just add a little more onto it. You know what I mean? I definitely, if I'm able to, I definitely want to get a couple dollars out of it. But also, like I said, like it's a passion for me.
Right.
So it's a win-win either way.
Right.
Like if people can hear it and I can get some good feedback, or I can connect with other artists, or take it to the next level, I'm all for it.
Right.
But if it don't happen, I'm cool with that too. Because
Right.
I'm really trying to get it A through Z, not just off of music.
Right, no doubt. So, do y'all got more music queued up, or y'all gave out all the fire already?
Yeah.
I got more music. I just got to send them some songs.
All right. Well, what we gonna do is you going on the way out of the joint. You gonna go in there real quick. Let him know what we gonna play. Like he already got some stuff for you. All right. Well, I know you can hear me. I know we over time. It's my birthday though, baby.
It's his
Show me
birthday.
a little.
It's his birthday.
And I really appreciated the heat, like how they came and opened this joint up. You know what I mean? So Torch gonna go.
Gave him a little theme music to walk into.
Exactly. You understand? Everybody gotta have some theme music if you
Bro, no
So
doubt.
listen, right? You can just go in there, email something to him real quick. You know what I'm saying? I need fire. Torch, you already on deck. You know what I'm saying? But
This a banger too. He about to play.
Yes.
I love this song.
I want to say one more time.
Go ahead, baby.
Lauren Smith Fields.
Lauren Smith.
Lauren Smith Fields. I want to say her name. For some
Say her
reason in my
name.
mind, it's not registering that I said her name. So I'm going
Right.
to say it again. Lauren Smith Fields, 23 years old, Connecticut, y'all.
listen, we are a resource show. We get resources. We put a little shout out to our social media coordinator, manager. She just told
doing
you,
her thing.
like, yo, make sure we get out there that if you, and I talked about this before on the show, if you doing anything in the community that's serving people, it's a prerequisite that you come through here and allow people to know what you doing.
Say it again.
It's a prerequisite. Look the word up.
Come to
What comes before?
the show, y'all. Y'all gotta come support any resource
through and
that
let
you
people
have.
know,
What y'all
man.
doing out here? We need y'all on the show.
So
This
people
is
can
y'all
know.
show.
Yeah, so people can know where to
I'm
get
tap
those
in a little bit
resources.
more with y'all, like, cause I'm
You
right down
already-
the end. I'm right there.
Listen, man.
Yeah, listen.
Door open.
Come through anytime. We love guests.
The first time I ever heard you say something, it had me like that, cause I just did 12 years too, and I always had a mouthful, was able to catch the people. Like when I
Right.
say stuff, people for some reason they be like, they listen.
Right.
So I be like in the cling to them type of people. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? So I'm gonna tap in with you for real.
No doubt, man.
Okay.
It's always a resource to be provided, man, even if it's just a ride.
Listen.
Sometimes people just need a ride. Sometimes people need a meal. Like, it ain't
That
always
may be the
scam.
deciding factor that,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That
Sometimes
don't
people
end
need
up.
an ear. That's a resource, being able to be an ear for somebody. You know what I'm saying? So don't always think in terms of nonprofit. We gotta get the funding. We gotta, man, just talking to your neighbor, talking to your little cousin, calling somebody back.
Picking up a young kid sitting there punching his
Hey,
head.
hey, man.
Rue.
Yes.
A couple of days before his birthday, I
Yeah,
called
man.
him, and 2.3 seconds he was out getting this young man off the street.
Now,
Got him home. He done lost his book bag. He done helped him get his book bag and got him home safely. I mean, that man, when he called me, he was like, "I'm so mad, I'm about to punch a hole in the wall." I was like, "I don't know who to call. All right, call Rue. We got there. Right there, scooped
That's
him
what's up. That's
got
what
him
I'm
where he
talking
needed to
about.
be.
That's the love boy.
Nah, this,
That's the love
did.
boy.
I'm definitely the love boy, y'all. I'm gonna have to get into that
That's
another time.
Love boy. I gave him that name by the way. Long story.
Oh, story, man. We love our people, man. We had a lot of
That's it.
conversations about loving our people, but
We need
he
more
ready?
of that.
Is it
Hey,
queued
we
up?
good to go?
We can get the banger.
We ready?
No doubt.
Bomb right here, y'all.
Chick, did you put your face on the camera?
The first
Chick?
two Johns
Make
she
sure you
did
put
was
your face on
bombs,
the
bro.
camera,
Chick
babe.
with the juice,
Check
y'all.
with the juice, y'all. Check us, y'all. Let them know when you.
Oh yeah, I'm
my
fucking
bad.
good. I ain't want to plug.
You miss me? It's like,
I was about to give them the time and everything of the show, man.
It's Thursday.
All right, Thursday, 4 to 5.
Yeah, y'all
Okay. Loudmouth.
Y'all already know who it is. It's your highness. Hashtag chick with the juice. It's Juicy Baby, the party plug. If you know, you know. If you don't, you better get on the smoke wave. And tune in every Thursday for Loudmouth Podcast, 4 to 5 p.m. with none other than your highness, Torch Gunner, Story, a.k.a. You already know she crazy. And then we got Amani and we got Hustle Barbie. So y'all got to make sure we turn in. We got a good show this
Yeah.
week.
I'm gonna come around. I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna come through before I get on that flight. I ain't gonna tell y'all all my business though.
My manager too, y'all.
Be careful.
Torch fucking gunner, TG. I got another one, y'all. And I'm like, banger. Shit. They keep asking. And I'm like, look, you can slide if you want some, baby. You just can't stay. Torch gunner, TG. Look. Yup, you most certainly can. I already killed it, want me catch a murder again. Everybody speculating, wanna know what it is. And I know you tired of holding it in, but look, we supposed to be friends, chill. And you know I got trust issues, so if I'm saying you can slide, it mean I fuck with you. And baby, I don't wanna move too fast. Before I wife you, I need to know who you smash. It's gonna determine if I do you good, do you bad. If you 100, baby, prove you that. Look, I need to know if I can trust you when I hit that road. Plus it's cuffing season, boo, it's getting cold. Got a bunch of reasons why that playing shit is getting old. Bunch of skeezers got the dick, but only one gon' get my soul. But we ain't gotta go that route if you ain't ready for it. I got you out, and if it's good, I'ma check you for it. Ain't going to the house, that's what the tents on the Chevy for. She mop me up like a messy floor. Ew, and I can't stand a chick when she Joe with my homies. In my head, she'll let bro poke just to hurt me. She keeps saying it was love, I was hoping she showed me. She keeps saying that it flood, I was hoping she soaked me. Yeah, I was hoping she say what it is before I let her come over and stay at the crib. Go play with your kids, go play with your friends. It's a grown-ass man situation you want. Look, I don't do the drama shit, drawing baby mama shit. Bitches checking for this pole, but I don't like the politics. Life wild and crazy, trying to bring some sort of calm to it. I'm the one you vibing with, baby, that's a compliment. But the game that they play is so obvious. They keep asking.
Can I come over?
And I'm like,
Come over.
like I said, you can slide if you want to, put your hands up. What we gonna do when you get here? We need an understanding, boo. I'm trying to get this shit clear. 2022 coming, it's gonna be a big year. So you can come, but baby, you can't act like you live here. Yeah, she's struggling with entitlement. And I'm juggling if I love or I like the bitch. Love don't cost a thing, boy, they lie, cause I write the shit. More than I lost it, I don't wanna live that life again. Really, I ain't looking for a wife again. They go to start to acting crazy every time I pipe a bitch. Bitches on some psycho shit, is why I'm one night and shit. If a friend like a pick, I pop her like a Viking and I'm sucking. I'm gutter, I'm rough around the edges, big punisher, I crusher. I'm fucking up her edges, boo, I'm hotter than the sun, wearing leather in the desert. Pressure bust pipes while I'm better under pressure. You can slide if you want to, but baby, I'm not like them other guys that you run to. I know I'm a prize, just like you know you want to. You don't play your part, don't be surprised if I dump you. I don't ask for much, just support me when I need you to. That love shit you say you got for torch, you need to see it too. Represent each other, they see me when they peek at you. If you get your word, I'm expecting you to keep it true. That's all, that's it, there's nothing more to it. They started treating me different than that I'm doing music. I'm determined to win cause I'm a sore loser. I come from the trenches, my nigga, and I'm a born shooter. But that drama shit, man, I'm tired of it. My life wild and crazy, can you bring some sort of calm to it? Yeah, if I'm the one you vibing with, it's a compliment. They keep asking. And I'm like, slide through, baby. I guarantee you have a good time. Like I said, you can slide if you want to. This shit great, keep it, baby.
Okay, bro.
I like that joke.
Bill, this is important.
My project coming out down enough. That's speed representative. Talk to him. Lord only knows what I've been through in my life. I keep that pistol under my pillow when I sleep in bed at night. Got the ride for the bros, it don't matter wrong or right. Had to let some people go just to make the circle tight. Lord only knows what I've been through in my life. I keep that pistol under my pillow when I sleep in bed at night. Got the ride for the bros, it don't matter wrong or right. Had to let some people go just to make the circle tight. Stay away from fake niggas, that's the remedy. And if you chillin' with Dives, you ain't a friend of me. Team real small, got rid of the crowd. Handshakes wasn't matching the smile, yeah. Smoking on Gorilla, got my head in the clouds. Riding through my whole hood, ain't been there in a while. We was like best friends when we was a child. See me put your head down, cause you living foul. Hopped in the car with me, we rockin' out. Drove to the corner, you screaming, let me out. Thought you was a gangster, like what's up with that? Once you out the car, it ain't no coming back. It's hard to trust people, but I trust my strap. I ain't fucking with you dudes, I'm just trying to do smooth. Big chip on my shoulder, I got something to prove. On $1 million mission, ain't no way I can lose. Lord only knows what I've been through in my life. I keep that pistol under my pillow when I sleep in bed at night. Got to ride for the bros, it don't matter wrong or right. Had to let some people go just to make the circle tight. Lord only knows what I've been through in my life. I keep that pistol under my pillow when I sleep in bed at night. Got to ride for the bros, it don't matter wrong or right. Had to let some people go just to make the circle tight. My life is so real, it's nothing like the movies. Niggas dying every day in my hood, I gotta keep it tooly. Man, my cousin just got shot 3 times, ain't no way I could chill. Me and my niggas gon' keep spinning the blocks till somebody get killed. We ain't on the same time, player, chill. I will take a drive to Buffalo for them bills. I'm riding dirty cops behind me, give me the chills. My cousin Will down north getting it with the pills. My little bro easy, license to carry still. My big bro Shiz 100, he hood rich. He asked me what MG mean, money good, bitch. I'ma ride with the bros, no, I would never switch. I can't leave a lie, really started on the bench. Grew up in the trench, I was taught to bear arms in my defense. It's hard to bring me down like Marshawn Lynch. Yeah, Lord only knows what I've been through in my life. I keep that pistol under my pillow when I sleep in bed at night. Got the ride for the bros, it don't matter wrong or right. Had to let some people go just to make the circle tight. Lord only knows what I've been through in my life. I keep that pistol under my pillow when I sleep in bed at night. Got the ride for the bros, it don't matter wrong or right. Had to let some people go just to make the circle tight.
This is PSA Philly service announcement. Takeover Tuesday, takeover love, support, and grace
is real.
Resources, social activism, and art. That That's what we doing out
That's
here.
what we doing out here, y'all.
My right hand sister, Nick, Raw Cannon. I'm the assist. Let them know he is one more time for we ride out.
Training.
She gonna be around a lot because I'm gonna be calling her like, yo.
Oh my God.
Y'all got
But
15
listen.
minutes of free PSA today.
Yes, Toucan, I appreciate you, brother. Like always, we got
Thank
the
you,
heat
man.
outside. Like I said, if you want to support me, support our situation. If you want to
Yes.
give me a birthday gift, buy the merch, share,
Merch.
like,
Good
watch the
service
show, get our
announcement.
views up. Show me that love, man. Our movement is real, man. We a resource show and we
PSA.
out here.
Black Aware Radio.
Black Aware.